We have Kris Caban and Natty Turna in the building. We're going to talk about some hip hop, man. We're going to talk about some hip hop. So, it was the Billboard Awards, I believe, the other day.
Yep,
Is that
Sunday.
correct? And
Yep.
Iggy Azalea, what did she win? She won the Rap Artist of the Year.
I think so, or the rap single of the year, or song of the year, something of that nature. But she attained high accolades for in the category of hip hop.
Winners. No, she won a Rap Artist, man, not single, bro. A Rap
So
Artist.
rap artist,
Yes.
rap artist of the year, and it was for the Fancy record.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was for the Fancy record. Yes.
But Ice-T, he wasn't too happy about it.
What did Ice-T say?
He was on Twitter. He said that he can't believe. He said he's done. He said he's done now with hip hop, and then he said he hasn't. Then he retweeted and said he hasn't got nothing against her. He said that's just the nature of the game today.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you because Kendrick Lamar's album is way doper than that.
Kendrick wasn't even one of the nominees. I don't believe.
Not even a nominee.
Who is
J.
Ray?
Cole's album is way doper than that.
Who is Ray Shremmerd or whatever his name? Who's that?
That's some whack shit too.
I don't know these people. What they do? Rap?
Something like that. They make noise.
I'm gonna
They make sound effects over beats.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We need to bring our own awards back, like the Source Awards, when that award show really meant something. When we had a Lyricist of the Year award, Single of the Year award, because these dudes is doing a Billboard, they don't know nothing about the hip hop culture.
Kris, you got the breakdown on who won them Source Awards and the lyricists.
Okay, 94, the hip hop, that artist of the year was Biggie, 94. Redman, no, it was 95. Yeah, 95 Source Awards. It was Redman. Nominated for the lyricist of the year that year was Redman, Iggy, Nas, Big Mike when he came out with his solo shit from the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
They don't have hip hop like that. You see the nominees of lyricists of the year that year?
Man,
No.
Big Mike, it was the Ghetto. He was bad, man. He was a bad MC, man. He was bad.
He was with the Convicts at first.
Yeah, the Convicts.
And
Yeah.
And then they moved him over to Ghetto Boys after. Who left the group? Scarface?
Yeah, Scarface left.
Or Willie D? Was Scarface?
Yeah, it was Scarface. Scarface went solo.
Yeah, Scarface put out what's that album with exchanging sex faces? What's that album? Untouchables? Was it Untouchables?
I think it could have been Untouchable. No, I can't remember.
It had the record with Tupac on it.
I've only got one Scarface CD. You know, to be honest, I feel ashamed to say, and that's The Fix. The Fix is just like, man.
The Fix is one of his dopest works, though, man.
That's one of the best hip hop albums ever.
That's a good one to have.
Mike, when he was nominated for Lyricist of the Year, you could tell he had some East Coast influence the way he rapped.
It's because let me tell you, I'm from Houston. I'm not from Houston, but I lived in Houston for quite some time, so I definitely rep Houston to a degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from what I understand is that most Houston MCs, like I've shared some of my friends with you that are from Houston, born and raised in Houston. You know what I'm saying? The NEOT, you know what I mean? HISD and people like that. They're born and raised in Houston, and you could tell where their influence lies. Because before, in the early days, hip hop was just hip hop. And there weren't no borders like, oh, this is that South shit, that's that West shit, that's that. It was just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of brothers in the South, in Houston in particular, were definitely influenced by KRS-One, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and that kind of hip hop music. And another thing, a lot of people were moving from New Jersey and New York, moving to the South. You know what I'm saying? And bringing that energy with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people in Houston and New Orleans, they love that shit. You know what I'm saying? What do you call it? What's the Beastie Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That type of production and shit, that's some of the hottest shit in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
You could hear the influence from the 808s. The 808
yeah,
influence.
808. They love that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's the one with the reverse bass line with the Beastie Boys? That's syrup music.
Yes, there we go. You know what I'm saying? That chopped and screwed is a little different than that. But I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
man. So, but at a certain point, Southern MCs and Southern artists started feeling kind of disrespected by people up top. You know what I'm saying? They start feeling like, oh, why you think we stupid? Why you think we slow? Why you dissing our music? Why you dissing our slang and shit like that? So they decided to say, fuck New York, fuck that New York shit. We're gonna do our own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of them, a lot of the MCs still kept that shit though. Still kept that influence. You know what I'm saying? Even though they went off into their own interpretation of what the music is supposed to be.
Like
they couldn't shake that foundation.
As far as the South goes, man, I understood the Ghetto Boys. I understood Outkast, the first album. But when I first heard Sipping on Some Scissor, just being a Londoner, I was like, what is this? I didn't get it. I couldn't understand it. I didn't know what it was. You know,
that's a Houston vibe right there, though. That, you know, it's a Houston vibe, but it has crossed over into other southern regions like Memphis, New Orleans, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It even has gone all the way to Philadelphia, but I think in Philadelphia they do it a little different. I think they don't mix the codeine with anything. They just drink it straight up. If my memory serves me correctly, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But in Houston, they mix it with the Sprite, they mix it with the orange soda, and you know they get really fucked up. But that shit is very dangerous, and as you can see, you can die if you abuse the shit.
Well, DJ Screw, that's how he lost his life, yeah?
DJ Screw and Pimp C, you know what I mean? Pimp C as well.
I don't think Pimp C died of using syrup.
Well, it was partially that, and partially he had sleep apnea, but that could bring it on. You know what I'm saying?
I think he got murdered.
You think so?
Yeah, he was gonna expose all the gays in the game. He came out saying it. He said he was gonna expose all the gays.
Oh shit!
Don't you remember he was coming out saying, "Look, I mean, now you're poisoning the Punani population." You know what I mean? You fake ass. Yeah, he was threatening to do it.
I never thought of it that way because I knew he had I knew he had the sleep apnea, and I knew he drank a lot of syrup.
Yeah, but it could have been that, to be honest. I'm just theorizing there. But man, yeah, like with Izzy though. Okay, Iggy, I should say. I'll call it Izzy. Yeah. What was the other options? I mean, I'm not big fans of J. Cole and Kendrick, and I'm not a big fan of Nicki Minaj. I like looking at her. I like watching the Anaconda video, but I have to do it with the mute button.
Well, I'm not. I know that Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole's album was way better than Iggy Azalea's album. I know they had better first week numbers. At least Kendrick had better first week numbers than she did. You know what I'm saying? It was Drake. Drake had the best first week numbers, and then Kendrick was right behind him. So there were options there. So I'm not sure what the criteria of the Billboard Awards is based on.
Well, I don't get though.
To make her the biggest hip hop artist, but I don't know, man. To me, to be honest with you, I have no problem with people expressing themselves, doing what they want to do, but do not put that under the banner of hip hop because that is not hip hop that she's doing. You know what I'm saying?
How can you say that? How can you say it's not hip hop though?
Because it doesn't incorporate the entire culture. It's a part. It's just one part of the culture, first of all, and to me, it's something disingenuous about how she comes across.
What? Because she's Australian, you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, let me tell you, man. I like London. I like London MCs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like to hear London MCs spit, and most of them I hear spit in their accent. That's what makes it different. That's what makes it unique. You know what I'm saying? Most of them telling There's stories from Brixton.
So you're saying authenticity?
Authenticity. You could like I hear their accent, I hear their energy. They take me into their world. They take me to London. They take me to South London, the South London streets, and they spit their slang and they put their slang in their rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what about East Coast MC trying to sound like he's from Atlanta, let's say?
I hate that as well. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about that on several occasions. I mean, we could get into that as well because I don't know what New York is doing, but New York has absolutely lost their identity. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that. But we're going to get into that in a second. I just would like to see her express herself, where she's from, where she came up. Make me feel Australia. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel ATL from somebody from Australia.
Okay. So basically, a lot of singers all around the world, when they sing, like they may not sing in their mother tongue, but that seems to be more readily acceptable. With MCing, it's a different criteria, isn't it? So you got to bring.
Yes, it definitely is, and it's like it's hard to sing in an accent. I think I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of people sing, and it's just.
Like when you get Jamaican singers, there's a lot of them singing in Jamaican. Yeah, although these days a lot of them are singing in an American accent. They used to sing more in a Jamaican accent. A lot of the singers.
Well. If it depends if you're talking about dancehall or you're talking about reggae. If you're talking about like
I'd say both genres. In both genres,
one drop music. I still hear they're singing like They're using the patois more, and I think what it is they're trying to be more accepted, but it's hard to completely lose the accent when you're singing reggae music.
But is it just because she's Australian? You're being nice, but you're saying she's a fraud. Right?
Yeah, I'm straight up. It's because she's Australian, but you're coming from another country.
But
you didn't come here when you were a baby.
Isn't it a case that a white girl doing hip hop is always going to struggle for authenticity, even if she was born in New York or Atlanta or wherever? Because you got that V Nasty.
It's a white girl.
You remember V Nasty? It was V Nasty and her friend, and like a lot, like they were saying the N word. So they were always struggling for authenticity from there. I think if you're white, it's you've got to really select your lane and be about your business.
And you have to be dope. You have to be dope, and you have to represent yourself in a certain way.
I don't think it's because of where she comes from. She's just not dope. She's just whack.
She's not dope, and it's because she's not dope. First of all, that goes without saying. But with her not dopeness, she's not representing anything of herself, anything genuine.
She was on Sway.
She's coming off like she's from Bankhead, and she is not.
But Natty, I'm gonna ask you something else though. Like young kids coming up, they live in New York, and all the radio is playing shit from down south.
That's another thing. Okay, we could get into that as well. Let's move the conversation over there. Yeah. New York, for whatever reason, has lost its identity. It's one reason is because there's one company conglomerate owning all the major radio stations in every market. You know what I'm saying?
Clear channel.
Like at one time, what's the name? Hot 97 was a more independent entity and could play what it wanted to. Could have everybody up there freestyling. Could have playing underground hip hop in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if you go back further, even though this was only even though hip hop was more of a niche genre at the time, but both major radio stations in the city had at least a 3-4 hour show every weekend.
Man,
hip hop.
The best time for New York hip hop when was Chuck Chill Out was on was it on Kiss or W
Radio on Red Alert?
Yeah, Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out, and them guys, man.
That was my time. Red Alert on Kiss FM and Mr. Magic on WBLS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
Chuck
my
Chill
time.
Out. Chuck Chill Out is that dude, bro.
Happened was this Clear Channel and Radio One. They come in and buy out all these major stations in every market, and every playlist is the same. You know what I mean? They're playing, I guess, what's hot. That's what they're telling us anyway. But they're the one that's making this shit hot by playing this shit 30, 50, 40, 50 times a day.
I was listening to Choice FM in the UK, and it was probably about a year or so back, and it seemed like just everything was Young Money. It was either Drake, Wayne, Nicki, and maybe a few other artists just mixed in between, and it was just like, wow, I can't listen to this.
Wow, and so it's going there too?
Yep.
Wow.
Day Natty, where you can call in, like they used to do this on the radio. You can request. People used to call in, and they'll play what you want. And they don't even do that shit no more.
Request, and I used to wonder how to do that shit so quick because they would pull that song up so quick. I'm like, are you reading my mind? How do you know I want? You know what I'm saying? How do you know I was gonna call? You know what I mean? And you could play whatever during the day, but now
I go back this far. I remember Q97 down here. Back in 89, 88. I want to hear Manifest by Gangstar. They played that shit during the day. They were like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Let me tell you, Houston radio, 97.9 The Box. When I first came to Houston, I went to Houston in 1992 from Jamaica, all right? That's the first time I set foot in Houston, Texas. And on the radio, all I would hear was, they want effects, some live effects. They want effects. What? Some live effects, snatch the neck for some live effects. What do you call it? They were playing Black Sheep. They were playing all kinds of shit on the radio in Houston. And of course, they would play local acts. They would play UGK and Scarface and Ghetto Boys. But they was playing, they was playing X-Clan.
Yeah, that's before the
police. FTP, fuck the police. They was playing X-Clan on the radio.
They were playing that shit here. It sound like back in that era. They were playing a lot of hip hop records. I don't know what happened.
Right? They was playing that shit. Like what? You know what I'm saying? And that shit wasn't going double platinum. Like you got to go and the shit right now ain't even really going that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're monopolizing it a lot more. But is terrestrial radio even relevant today?
No.
To a degree, but not really. You don't need it. There's so many we was talking off air about this. There's so many artists out there that don't get one lick of airplay. Look at freaking Tech Nine. You ever heard a Tech Nine record on the radio?
No.
Well, I like Eminem, but you got to pay for the shit to hear Tech Nine. You got to pay for Shade 45. I don't know how much that is a month, but you got to pay. You got to pay you got to hear satellite radio to hear them guys.
Tech Nine is the highest paid artist in hip hop. As far as on the road.
Yeah.
As far as on the road. In hip hop, I mean, we're talking about mainstream artists, underground artists, every artist. In hip hop, Tech Nine makes the most dough on the road. Yeah. Okay? He sells out shows. And he can spit. He sells out shows. He's from Kansas. Like, I remember there was this shit with him. It was a little friction with him and Rakim. And Rakim didn't want to go on before him, because he's Rakim. But he didn't realize that Tech Nine, all these people came to see Tech Nine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like you, Rakim, but all of these people came to see Tech Nine. And listen, I'm talking about my favorite MC here. I'm just dealing with the facts, though. They didn't come to rock him like that.
Rakim, he can't make them kind of demands in 2015 or 14 like he could do in the late 80s and 90s.
I'm sure eventually he went on, but it was some friction before the show. He's like, who is this dude? I never even heard of him. But look at the numbers. You don't have to have heard of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you can tell that dude is big because Nas came in as and did a little guest appearance on one of his shows on Tech Nine show.
Yep. He sells out arenas with zero airplay.
Yeah.
He has his own label. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people are on tour, even overseas, going to England, going to Norway, going to Germany, Denmark, on mixtapes alone.
Well, this is what I was saying though, because there's been a lot of backlash on Izzy, and I think it's a little unfair. And I think hip hop today concentrates too much on Billboard, Grammy, MTV awards. And it didn't used to. I remember Chubb Rock made a record dissing the Grammys. And hip-hop didn't concentrate that. Hip-hop just concentrated on bringing fresh sounds, fresh rappers, fresh beats. And that's when, you know.
So what else?
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
People, you know why this shit happen? People are not buying the artists we like. They not buying, they downloading shit. That's why our artist is not relevant no more, because people ain't buying shit.
Yeah, but I've got a theory on that too. But I'll let Natty chime in, and I'll chime in my theory on that.
I just want to say about Izzy. Izzy has brought a lot of this on herself, because she's on social media just making an ass of herself. I forgot what fucking dumbass statement that she made, and Q-Tip had to regulate on her. I mean, it was so long ago, I forgot what she said, but it was something really dumb she said on Twitter, and Q-Tip had to educate her on the history of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He was real nice about it, because the shit she said was just hella ignorant. And then after that, after that had died down, she came back and posted a picture of her and the Macklemore kid talking about the king and queen of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And she's being very.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we're paying a lot of attention to that, but how relevant does it really matter? They can say what they want. I mean, if the music isn't all that, it isn't all that, isn't it? So, and I heard her on Sway's show. You see, here's the thing with hip hop, man. You can say all this, you can sell records, but there always comes a stage where it's simply a case of show and prove. You'll see what is what. She was on the Sway show, and Sway always throws an instrumental at the MCs, and you could see she was a little taken back. T.I. was there. And she done her little bars, and it was whack. It was whack.
Trash.
And there's two edited versions of the Sway video, and the one I saw, somebody phoned in while she was rhyming just after and says, "This is terrible. You're garbage," and started cursing her out. You see, and they stopped the video. You could see she couldn't believe it, and then they edited that out on the version on YouTube. You know, because look, if you can't do it, you can't do it. You know?
Yep. She's trash. But she is the one getting all. Let me tell you, man. The thing is, it wouldn't be so bad, though, if every time you say hip hop now, though, you see her face. You know what I'm saying? She is epitome of hip hop these days.
Yeah, but is she, though? Is she?
She is not, but that is what is being pumped.
Yeah, you know but who's pumping it?
Along with some other bullshit that's out there, motherfuckers in skirts and shit. But that's a whole other thing.
But the thing is, though, hip hop has, from when I was growing up, hip hop has never looked to the mainstream to define what is good and what isn't. So why are we doing that? Why is there so much focus on these awards? I mean, it's because of people like Kanye made a big deal when Beyonce didn't win it and he didn't win it. But there's too much of a big deal in that.
Because in the beginning, all right, let's say hip-hop was born when I was born. Hip-hop was born in 1975. Let's say that. It probably has a couple of more years on it, you know what I'm saying? But say hip-hop records or its birth is in 1975. So hip-hop is 40 years old, right?
Okay.
At this point in time, hip-hop wants its respect, it wants its validity. But it's not helping when you have buffoonery representing your genre that you're trying to get validity. You know what I mean? I know it's these punk-ass award shows and da-da-da-da-da. But when you say the name hip-hop, you would want an actual hip-hop artist to win the award. A real hip-hop artist. You know what I mean?
But hip-hop's always had corny stuff, man. It's always had corny stuff.
You want the one that did the most work. You know what I mean? Like in 1991, what's the name? DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince won the award for best hip hop album at the Grammys over Naughty by Nature, when Naughty by Nature had the most successful album that year.
Yeah, that was
Right?
ridiculous. But even
Right?
that, but I'm sorry, I'm going to chime in there, yeah?
But at that time, it was still in its infancy. But at this point, we still can't get no respect in
No,
hip hop.
but I'm going to cut in what you're saying there. Sorry to cut you there, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
Even with that award there, with Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, even if you say Fresh Prince didn't deserve, Jazzy Jeff deserved it anyway. Just for his work as a DJ. He's a brilliant DJ.
He deserved it, but he didn't deserve it that year. He might have deserved. He had one before. They had the Grammys as a group before. That wasn't their first nomination. That was Naughty by Nature's first nomination, and they did the work.
See, but what difference did it make though? But see, to me, what difference? Because
they were new style.
Yeah,
they made an album and came out as new style.
That was whack though. The new style album was whack.
Yeah, but they paid their dues.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, even if they didn't win the Grammy, right, we knew, everyone who is hip-hop, so to speak, quote-unquote, real hip-hop, who knows what it is, they knew that Naughty was the group. So what if they didn't win the Grammy? Who cares? They're still selling bucket loads of records. They were still killing shows. Tretch was still the hottest rapper on the street. So what difference did it make?
I'm sure it meant a lot to them because they still talk about it to this day. You know what I mean? They still talk about it to this day. When you were a recording artist and you put in that work, man, you want to be recognized, man.
Yeah, but they were recognized. They were recognized. I mean, KRS-One's never won a Grammy. KRS-One is still never won it. He's still one of my favorite MCs. None of my favorite MCs have won none of them awards.
Yep.
Chuck D's never won none of them awards.
But KRS-One never sold those kind of records, though. You know what I mean? So Naughty by Nature made a hard album, you know what I'm saying? And sold them kind of records.
Yeah,
you get to that point, you deserved it. They deserved it. You know what I mean? Like,
hip hop's never relied on mainstream approval.
You know what I'm saying? I love my dad and everything, but my dad has a Grammy Award for playing drums on a Toots record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he deserves it. He deserves that.
He deserves it, but I think Tretch deserved the shit as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But that doesn't define his career. What defines Tretch's career is that speedy flow, that tricky flow, him holding a baseball bat on the covers, and one motherfucking, two motherfucking free. Brand new begin. You know what I mean? That defines him. Well, that's Tretch. Not no Grammy Award. That defines Tretch. Not no Grammy. What, you think I'd have more respect? Maybe he might have some gripe with it, but it makes no difference. I've bought his album. I've got his albums on vinyl here, right?
Yeah.
So it makes no difference to me, right, if he won that or not. It doesn't make...
It doesn't make a difference to a lot of fans, but I bet you it makes a difference to the artists. Especially when you do that kind of work, man.
Yeah, but it's a niche music.
How many opportunities do you get to do that? You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't make multi-platinum albums or make hits every time they come out.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Here's the bigger point.
Here's
the bigger point. The bigger point is this, yeah? The problem with hip-hop is not winning Grammy Awards. The problem is the actual music that's being made.
Well, I'll agree with you on that.
You know? And that should always be at the forefront, is that you make dope records regardless of sales or whatever, and, you know, or gimmicks and stuff like that.
There's a problem with the quality of music being made, but the quality music that is being made is not being recognized. When a quality record comes out, they fucking choose the whack shit to represent the genre.
See, but the thing is, yeah, it's a race thing. What the Grammys and MTV didn't want to play rap. They didn't want to play black music until Michael Jackson come along. They didn't want to play hip hop until
They didn't want to play Michael Jackson.
Right? Yeah, they didn't want to mess with it. They didn't want to play Run DMC until they done that song with Aerosmith or so. Why are we expecting these people to support the music from the hood? They're not going to do that. That shouldn't validate the art form. Never.
Let's all take the Grammys and the American Music Awards out of the picture. The billboards and the ASCAPs should be based on actual success of the music, right?
Well, ASCAP is how much you sell, yeah? Or should I say, they collect royalties. ASCAP collects royalties.
Right, yeah. And the Billboard Awards is how much you charts, how much you sell first week, and, you know, the longevity of your album on their charts and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And even in that respect, we're doing straight numbers. Does Iggy Azalea, or Iggy, whatever her name is, Iggy Azalea, you know what I'm saying? Does she deserve the award that night?
But this is where your argument will fail. Because, okay, let's say when Vanilla Ice was doing his thing, and he sold more records than anyone that year. Should he have won? Would he have deserved it just because he sold more?
He might have deserved the Billboard Awards, but not the Grammy, because he didn't make the best quality record that year. Yeah. He would deserve it based on his chart and how long he stayed on the charts, over how many months and how many records he sold. Sure.
See, my thing is, man.
Have that. But a Grammy Award or American Music Award should be about the quality of the record.
Your award should come when you know you're an accomplished MC, DJ, or B-boy, because there's lots of elements. Or you're a good bummer, you're good at graffiti. That's when your award comes, when you know that you're accomplished at what you do. That's hip-hop to me. That's hip-hop to me, not Grammys.
That is definitely hip-hop. But hip-hop wants to be respected with all genres of music. It doesn't want to be a niche genre anymore, and it's not.
But wouldn't that spoil it then? Everything. So if it's not a niche genre, wouldn't that, if it just becomes mainstream, then we can't really complain then?
I wouldn't say everything should be mainstream. What I'm saying is, if you do the numbers, if you make a quality album, you should get recognized for it.
But why? But they are getting. But why? Why the Grammys and thing? What? It's seeking approval. It's seeking approval from people who don't even like the music. They don't like the music. MTV don't like rap. They don't like black music like that. They used to play rock.
That's all they play now, though.
Right. So they don't like it. So why are we looking acceptance there? Why? Why? See, my thing, I always post it up on my Facebook stats. I always post it up. Don't go where you're not wanted. Do not go where you're not wanted.
Do that.
Like Kris was saying, you know what I mean? Like, get our own award. By competent black people.
Some of that shit.
Can't be just any black people, but competent black people need to do it.
They have the BET Hip Hop Awards, but, you know,
not BET. BET's got a list of artists who they banned from the game. Have you seen the list?
Exactly.
Not BET. Not BET.
That's the only thing that we have that is about black music.
But it's not Black Run. It's not a Black Run company. Just like Choice FM in Britain. It was supposed to be Black Radio. It's not. It was never Black Run. We found out later. You know?
Yeah.
And Capital Radio's brought it out. But at the start, it was authentic. They used to play real hip-hop there. They used to play real R&B, real hip reggae and everything. So it sounded like a black radio station.
Because they were trying to come with those pirate radio stations that Shabba be talking about.
Right.
So them pirate radio stations was killing it.
In the UK, yeah, it was murdering it. It was murdering it. But right now, they've just gone totally mainstream now. Like, it's not even Choice FM no more. They've I think they've changed the name. Capital have just reclaimed it, and they've just made it mainstream. You hear Cheryl Cole on there and stuff like that. Cheryl Tweedy or whatever. Yeah, stuff like that. So these people are in it for their own gain. They're never gonna. We're never gonna get. If we're looking validation from these people, we're never gonna get it. Never. Hip hop will never get validation from there. Never. You won't get no satisfaction there.
I mean, it's just like, okay, a hip hop record probably might not always get album of the year. But in the hip hop, all I'm saying is in the hip hop category, can we have the quality record? Can we have a good representation of what hip hop music is in that category, winning the award?
But that is for them. For them, it is. That's a good Izzy is a good representation.
Okay.
For them, it is.
Not hip hop. I mean, they need to come up with something else for what that is.
Look. As far as Rolling Stone and some of them people, Eminem is the greatest, and that's that. But that doesn't bother me though. That don't bother me. I'm not bothered by that because I know, and I've got Eminem CDs. He's very talented. He's very skilled. But for me,
he can rap, but he's not the best.
No, he's not the best. And
I don't really listen to Eminem
in my opinion, anyway. In my opinion, he isn't.
I bought his first album, and I never bought another Eminem record.
I think the funk is missing out, but the funk element is gone, man. And I think
and that's partially because of what we were talking about earlier. People are scared to sample. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna get sued.
Well, they don't know how to sample. That's what it is. They don't know how to sample.
And they don't know how to play keys either, because their shit sounds jacked when they try to play shit.
If you know how to sample, then you won't even bother about getting sued.
Yeah, man.
You know,
and they try to play shit, and there's no soul in it, man.
You got to know how to chop them samples. You got to know how to chop them. You got to know how to disguise.
Like Premier has to make a chopping of sample school or something, man. Teach these cats.
Yeah, well, New York's lost its sound, man. It's lost its sound.
It's lost its sound, man. It definitely lost its sound.
But before Izzy, there was one white girl. Easy put her on. Is it Tari B? Remember Tari B? Yeah.
Trash, but she was trash though. And you know what? I don't want the white shit to be the reason why she's attacked, because I've liked white MCs in the past, but they were dope. They had to be dope.
No, but that's...
I'm a big fan of Everlast. I was just listening to House of Pain first album like 3 days ago.
Man, look, man. Look.
I know you bodied him and everything, but...
Yep. But no doubt. But here's the thing, though. They are always going to struggle to find a lane in hip-hop because it's largely a Latino, black-dominated genre. So it's like if you try and make music in country or something like that, you're always going to struggle for acceptance. And there are black artists who have succeeded in them genres, but you're always going to be judged against your white counterparts. So there's no way you're going to like people like Macklemore. I mean, he beat Kendrick to the award, and they made a big deal about that. But look. Let me finish. Sorry about it. But look, you see, this is what I'm saying. How valid are these Grammys thing? Because Macklemore beat Kendrick. Where's Macklemore now, and where's Kendrick? Kendrick is the dude, isn't it? Kendrick's that dude. Where's Macklemore?
Yep. I don't know.
Right. So I would rather Kendrick not win it and have his longevity that he has, and let Macklemore take his award. Because at the end of the day, people say, "Well, what did you win it for?" In a few years' time. What did he win it for?
By making the gay song.
Right, right. You won. Right, he won the Grammy for making the gay song. Big deal. Right. See, that's why you could never let them awards define hip hop. You can't do it.
Oh, I know about that guy. Isn't that the guy that made the gay song? Oh, he wins. There you go.
Is he still relevant now? How relevant is he today, Macklemore?
Not very, man. But the thing is, he could come out with a dope song that people like tomorrow, and he'll be back on the shit. You know what I mean?
Look, even if he does, they'll know that he's more gimmick than he's not a real MC. Kendrick's the real dude.
You remember Bubba Sparks?
Yeah, I remember Bubba Sparks.
Remember he came with the song?
That song was bad though.
It was dope, right? But if he came with a dope follow-up, he would have skyrocketed. He just didn't back it up.
The album was quite good, actually.
Yeah, but the album was trash.
The album was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It didn't move me.
I used to like the song though, Ugly, Bubba Sparks.
That ugly shit was the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even that record, it's more a production song more than a rap song. Timbaland was that dude. It's kind of like I was talking to Kris about the clips. Like,
he can rap.
Yeah, he can rap. Yeah, but see, you can say he can rap, but if he didn't have that production there, he wouldn't have been heard of. He wouldn't have been heard of. Like a lot of records you hear, they're production led. You might think the MC's good, and yeah, they sound good on that beat, but it's the production. It's kind of, me and Kris are talking about the Neptunes and the clips. I mean, the clips are okay, but the beats they were getting fed.
Yeah,
they couldn't fail. They couldn't fail. You could cough on them beats.
I listened to two Clips albums the other day, man, and them boys they got bars though, and Pusha T especially. Pusha T can really rap.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good.
Like Pusha T can really rap. I mean, oh shit. I was like, because I wasn't really moved by them, but I sat down and listened to them.
All right, and here's the acid test. Here's the acid test. Who recognizes the Clips today as prominent lyricists? Nobody really. They're not relevant. Well, I hate using that word. They're not standing the test of time as lyricists. They're not. No one talks about them in the top 20. But the Neptunes must be in the top 10 best ever hip hop producers.
Yeah, but they did that to themselves. You know what they did? Because as dope as they were one dimensional.
Whoa. That's down to them.
They focused on drug bars.
Well, there you go. I mean,
that's it. That's why. Not because they weren't talented enough to be mentioned.
No. Part of the talent is knowing how to diversify. So, I mean, the one-trick ponies.
Yeah.
The Neptunes, they diversified. They done all different types of beats.
Talk about it though. That was impressive within itself. You thought you would run out of rhymes like that and it would sound stale, but they found so many different ways to talk about selling dope.
I didn't think there was all that. I like some of the songs. I don't think there was all that, to be honest. I mean, I used to like the beats a lot. I used to love that grinding beat. And what's that song Kris played the other day? I can't remember what it was.
Like Pusha T has a solo album called My Name Is My Name. Take a listen to that shit.
Yeah, he's okay. Isn't one of them signed to Kanye's imprint?
That's Pusha T.
Yeah, but what's he doing? Where is he? Where's the songs?
I mean, my name was a underground hit, I guess. It charted on the Billboard, but ain't nobody selling records like that.
There's been better rappers than them guys. There's been better MCs. There'll definitely be better MCs. Yeah. And they weren't bad. They weren't bad. But yeah, See, that's the thing, man. You got to hone your craft down. You can't rely on a producer making you as an MC. You've got to be able to stand, even if it means you've got to make your own sound, so that way you can't fall off like that. I mean, look what J. Rue the Damager. He was good, but when Primo stopped doing his beats and he went to the Japanese people, it's terrible.
Okay, we going use. I'm about to go right back into that click right there. What about Guru?
Yeah, him too.
Yep.
Him too. All of them. Like Little Dap and Thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Malachi, all of them.
But Guru had that voice, though. He sounded dope on the Jazzmatazz albums, though.
Yeah, he sounded good on them. Sounded good. Because he had his lane on that. He had his lane there, but Primo was the dude. I mean, there was one stage Pete Rock was saving people with remixes and records.
Yeah. Well, Jump Around was dope to begin with, but man, when Pete Rock touched it...
Oh, yeah.
It was like a whole new record, and he didn't even change the lyrics.
See, I'm going to go back to Izzy for a little while. Why does everyone get at Izzy, but not T.I.? Because if she's doing all this fake stuff and it's not real...
Oh, people getting at T.I. too, but she's the one that putting herself out there, though.
Who's getting at T.I.? No one said nothing to T.I.
Yeah, they have. I'm gonna show you some interviews. Hold on. Azalea Banks is going at
See, she's a hypocrite as well.
Oh, she's definitely a hypocrite. She's definitely a hypocrite, but she said some real shit, though.
Like what? Just jealous.
She definitely said some real shit. If you listen to the interview, I mean, it was very truthful what she was saying. But should it be coming from her? Probably not. I'll say that. If it came from somebody else with more integrity, it would have had a lot more validity.
But
the words she said were valid.
The furthest I go with it is I just don't think she's a good MC. She's got the it factor. She got a big ass for a white girl. Dudes like looking at her, and fair is fair. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. You know, let her carry on and make a career. You know, I mean, like you said, she didn't even sell the most records.
Nope.
So you know, take her award, man. Have your award. Have your award is no big deal. I think, like I said, I think hip hop can do better. It can do better without awards or mainstream approval.
Yeah.
You know.
But you know, from the beginning, hip hop wanted to be recognized as a genre of music.
Yeah, but it was
part of it, and that's part of it. That's all it is. Hip hop is all from the beginning. They were like, man, they thought we wouldn't make it past 2 years. Look where we at now. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But with some of that, you're going to have some watering down of the music, of course. You know what I mean? But they want to be respected like the Rolling Stones, like the Beatles. You know what I'm saying?
But they are. In their own right, they are. In their own right, they are.
Well, we don't treat our old school artists like rock musicians treat their old school artists. Not at all. Or rock fans.
To me, Public Enemy would be like the equivalent of them artists you named there. Public Enemy, the BDPs, you know. KRS-One does lectures at universities. He's the teacher. Izzy or Macklemore ain't going to be doing that. That's better than the Grammy.
No doubt.
And like, man, they ain't won no Grammys. So they ain't won that. And like, they're still, I mean, they're still ambassadors. So.
Yeah, but you hear, you see, but cats like Rosenberg could come out their face and talk reckless about what Chuck D has to say.
Man, who's Rose? What did he do? Did he put Eminem on or something?
Nah, man, that's the little fucker on the radio in New York.
So who am I thinking? Who's the guy with Eminem? What's his name? Rosenberg?
It's a different Rosenberg. He's Paul Rosenberg or some shit like that. He's a manager.
Okay. Man, so what? I mean, like,
see, it's like.
What did he say? He said something about Chuck's not. Wait, no. What did he say?
Like, who the hell is Chuck to say this, that, and the third about, you know what I'm saying, our award show or what hip hop is supposed to be? Who nominated him the president of hip hop? He was like trying to go off on Chuck. Like, who are you to go off on Chuck?
Once again, he had to apologize. If he said that about Izzy, you wouldn't apologize. You wouldn't bother. You apologize for saying that about Chuck. Yeah, well, you know.
Who the fuck are you? Get the hell out of here.
What radio station is he? Is he what station? Is
Hot 97, one of the radio stations we were talking about earlier. That's the Clear Channel shit. That has the same playlist in 50 different markets. You go to LA, listen to Clear Channel. It's the same shit you hear in New York, the same shit you hear in Houston, same shit you hear in Alabama, Atlanta, and so on and so on and so forth. That's what's fucking the shit up. I used to love going to different cities and turn it on the radio and see what different they playing over here. You know what I'm saying? Like in 98, 97, when I was going to the Caban, it was still, everybody still had their own radio station popping. You know what I mean? When I was going on the Apollo to perform with my group on the Apollo, we went to New York and the shit was different. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear what was playing in New York. I did not hear in Houston. Or I didn't hear on the way through Mississippi when I turned the radio on. Or I didn't hear that shit in Alabama or in Georgia when I turned the radio on. Every little city I went to had their own little flavor going on.
It's a shame it's lost. That is a shame. That is a shame.
And they have like 30 songs that they play all throughout the day. I've witnessed this with my own ears. I've listened to the radio.
I didn't think it was as much as 30.
It's about 30, right?
Okay.
I listen to the radio, and it's like a 2-3 hour show, right? And they will play a certain amount of songs, and they'll end with one song. And then the next show starts at, say, 9 or 10 o'clock. And they would start the next show with the song that ended the previous show.
That's payola, man, isn't it?
And then they want credit amount of spins. Nobody is requesting that amount of spins on that record. That shit is not that dope. They play it, they saturate you with it until they force you to liken the shit. That's what it is. Start singing that madness and mumbling. It's like,
but see, that's the
right
thing.
now,
I wouldn't. I don't listen to it when I drive. I don't listen to it. I either have it in silence, or I listen to talk shows, or the news, or something like that.
I listen to my phone, especially I got my Prime now, fam. I listen to my phone. Whatever's on my phone is what gets played in the car. Like, I'm about to go pick up my daughter right now, and I'm probably going to listen to some Burris Hammond on the way out there.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to the radio, even though the radio station in this city is different because it's not a corporate radio station. It's a community radio station, so they play what the hell they want.
Yeah.
It's a little more, appeasing to the ear. Even though they play some of that bullshit every now and then, you get like a more of a variety.
Is there any hope for the future before we close out?
Well, I think so, man, because like I was saying off the air, man, there's a few artists out there that are pushing the envelope when it comes to hip hop. They're not following trends. They care about lyricism. They care about their bars. They care about beats. You know what I mean?
Young Thug.
I could think about, not him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could think about Shy High the Prince. I could think about Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Joey Badass, just to name a few, man. And some of these cats are very young, man. And if they continue on the route they're going, I think hip hop will stray more to the middle. You know what I'm saying? It's way right now. You know what I'm saying?
All it is, man, it's just balance.
It's way to the right now.
It needs balance, that's all. Just balance. No balance.
Yeah, it will come a little bit more to the middle, because a lot of the MCs that are coming out now are caring about the lyricism a little bit more. And there's another cat, Mensa, I forgot his name. He's down with Kanye. He's pretty dope too. There's a couple. He's from Chicago, and there's a couple of cats that are coming out that are that are about them bars, man. King Los, you know what I mean? It's a new crop of MCs, man, that are really representing the culture really well. We just don't hear about them as much as Migos and Young Thug and all that other shit, DJ Mustard and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the battle scene, I suppose, is probably the underground today.
And I like the battle scene too, but them dudes can't make records, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to show me they can make records. They can flow over the beat. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I hear them over the beat and they be horrible, man. They can't ride the beat for shit, and their breath control is all wrong. You know what I'm saying? They need to listen to KRS-One. Breath control low, breath control style.
Yeah, it's a different skill though, isn't it?
Yep.
To a degree. I've got to be careful of thinking, everything's whack. I think I'm out of touch with it all. Like that name I didn't know. Was it Say Shrum? What was the name?
What's that?
Ray Shrummond. What was the name? I don't know the name.
Ray Schmurder or some shit like that. You don't need to know that. That's not
Bobby Schmurder, is it?
Nah, it's some other shit. Ray, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I know what you're talking about. It's two little crisscross looking kids.
Right.
Two little crisscross looking kids that are blowing up right now, and everybody likes their songs. They're catchy and corny as shit. But it is what it is, man. But to tell you the truth, if you want to listen to real hip hop is still out there. Even if you're a fan of the 90s music, your favorite 90s artist is still making music. So if you really support the 90s era and you really support those artists, you should be still buying their records, because they're still making dope music. Raekwon has a new album out called Fila. Raekwon and Ghostface is on tour right now with the Only Built for Cuban Links 20-year anniversary tour. So go check them out if they come to your city. You know what I'm saying? You got to support them if that's what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You got to, when they put their shit up on iTunes, you got to download that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want it to live on. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really interested in a new artist, Sada X still making records. Diamond D just came out with a dope album. You know what I'm saying? Had mad features on there. You know what I mean? He barely rapped on that shit. Just nice beat. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Inspector Deck. Wu-Tang just came out with A Better Tomorrow. That's one of the dopest Wu-Tang albums I heard in a long time. DJ Premier and Royce the 5'9" just put out an album called Prime together.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Is all them artists you're saying, yeah, I understand, but their best work was in the 90s, man. Their best work went and passed, didn't it? Apart from Royce.
I mean, not really. They're still making quality music. If that's what you want to listen to, if you're so nostalgic for the 90s and 90s artists, they're still here. You're acting like they dead. They're not dead. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are still here making quality records. Everybody ain't trying to fit in with the crowd like Busta. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Busta's managed to survive through a lot of changes, though, man.
Busta changed with the season, fam. He don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Busta still could go too. You know what I'm saying? You heard that Calm Down shit with him and Eminem?
Yeah. Busta just adapts, man. Busta just adapts.
Yeah. So he still got bars too. He still could, go back to his hip hop bag, his beat, we call boom bap bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's adaptable, man. He's adaptable. Like, yeah, man. And like I said, there's new artists that embody the presence and the lyricism of the 90s as well. So give them a listen if you want to, hear some new shit. But there's a lot of shit out there, man. You just got to seek it out. You're not going to find it on the radio.
I don't know, man. See, the thing is, man, I'm going to be honest with you. If I want to hear the 90s, I just listen to the actual music from the 90s. Yeah, I don't think you can recreate it. You can go back to it and you can bring it out, but you have to revamp it, and you've got to you can't do it the same way it was done then. Because
you can't do it exactly the same way. But like I said, those artists if they're not making quality music, that's a whole other thing. But those artists are still making quality records, man. Trust me.
Wait, is Ray still talking about selling crack, though?
Not really.
No?
You know what I'm saying?
What's he rapping about?
I haven't heard the new Fearless shit, the whole album, but I've heard a couple songs out there, and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? The beats are dope. He has a song there with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope. I mean, and as far as the last album I heard from Ray, that I heard in its entirety. The last two albums was only built from Cuban links and Wu-Tang vs. Shaolin. Those were quality records, and those weren't like crack filled. I think his only crack album was really only built for Cuban links, one, and that was a concept album. That's where they were going with it. That was predetermined. That's how we were gonna approach this record. We taking it to Tony Montana. You know what I'm saying, on that ass.
Yeah. It's all good,
yeah,
man. It's all good, man. But yo, man, it was a great conversation, man. It was a great conversation.
No doubt, man. I can't wait to hear the upload.
Yeah, man. I'm going to upload it, and we'll see what the people think, what they have to say on it.
All right, Father.
All right, bro.
Yeah, bless.
Peace.
We've already heard that song 100 times, just like that, just like how you sang it.
Well, he didn't let us bring it home.
Bring it home. All right, let's bring it home.
Testing, is this thing on? You can tell the ones who mic check before they do a song. How the fuck is these niggas getting on? I put it on my firstborn to tell the whole truth. On the Bible I done sworn. You sign a dotted line, this record company filming porn. The MC, I was born. My rap page, I don't even wanna log. Like the dyslexic atheist, I ain't feeling you, dog. Back in the days, niggas used to throw darts. Nowadays, niggas throwing spitballs at them. Yeah, don't talk about it, nigga, live it. Whack MCs make me live it. Feeling froggy, nigga, ribbit. Yeah, I'm bringing hip-hop forward. Why you trying to bring it back? Y'all derail while I stay on track. Bitch, I'm local for all the right motives. Why you train to throw still at the station? Haven't you noticed? I'll be in the crowd if you ain't controlling it. Y'all can tell from the mic and how I'm fucking holding it. N.O.'s in the fucking building. Soon as I step foot on the stage, hands to the fucking ceiling. I come to rob, nobody know. But I did come to steal a motherfucking show. Y'all rappers spit, but I think they ashamed. I make it do what it do. Are you not entertained?
He was hit by a truck, and you were lying out in that gutter dying, and you had time to sing one song. Huh? One song people would remember before your dirt. One song that would let God know what you felt about your time here on earth. One song that would sum you up. You're telling me that's the song you'd sing.
Fuck a waka flocka, you want my hijacker strapped with deadly explosives, the gnosis, dope like coke is you rappers ain't half as ferocious. I got oceans of spit, nigga, ain't all that shit. But full bred pit against a shih tzu, tap out the wanna continue uneventful. Feed me beats, eat them like wing to jujitsu is what it's akin to when I in you. Dr. Mom bend you, my level that's way off the charts and y'all way off the mark. Trying to play that part with all of that ball. None of that bite, man, none of that spit, nigga, none of that right. Not to turn a wild for the night, man. Beat you in the streets like Passion of the Christ. Lord, I rhyme like a lead pipe. Cross your neck, bop. Don't get catch up in this deck drop. Set bop. This is to the death rock. I spot, man, a Ross, not tech, but not shot. Lord, everybody wanna sell crack. No addicts, everybody wanna spit raps. No mechanics, flow hard like the middle passes. Spit savage. This is how your body to beat your whack batches. I'm master, I study the classics. Sound classes, y'all some in the closet, any long pastors, bastards.
Here on the radio all day about how it's real and how you're gonna shout it. Or would you sing something different? Something real, something you felt. Because I'm telling you right now, that's the kind of song people want to hear. It has to do with believing in yourself.